რუბრიკას წარმოგიდგენთ LGG. თუ გსურს მდიდარი იყო, არასოდეს დანებდე. ადამიანებს დანებებას ჩვევიან. შეუპოვრობით ბევრ ადამიანზე მეც მიაღწევ, რაც მთავარია ისწავლე. ჯორდან ბელფორტ. რუბრიკას წარმოგიდგენთ LGG.
ბიზნესი არასდროს ჩერდება. აქ გადაწყვეტილებებს დინამიკა და ტექნოლოგიური უპირატესობა განსაზღვრავს. BMG Drive-ის პარტნიორია SR Auto, ჩანგანის ოფიციალური და ექსკლუზიური წარმომადგენლობა საქართველოში.
საქართველოში BMG-ის დროით 15 საათია.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Georgia has renewed its natural gas supply agreement with Azerbaijan. For the next 20 years, the Baku-Tbilisi-Kharsi railway will officially begin operations. Passenger railway traffic between Tbilisi and Azerbaijan has resumed, and an agreement has been signed regarding the operation of the Baku-Supsa pipeline. The news agency Trend, citing Azerbaijan Railways, reports that more than 1,000 tickets were sold for the planned Baku-Tbilisi passenger route shortly after reservations opened. According to the agency, more than 400 tickets have been sold for departures from Baku, while ticket sales for departures from Tbilisi have exceeded 500. Ticket prices start from 81 manats, which is equal to 127 Georgian lari. The Treasury of the Ministry of Finance published information of the execution of the 2026 state budget for the first 4 months. According to the report, tax revenues totaling 7.5 billion Georgian lari entered to the budget during this period, which accounts 67.7% of the 6 months target. By categories, the largest amount, 2.8 billion lari, came from income tax, while value-added tax ranked the second with 2.7 billion Georgian lari. The Ministry of Finance issued treasury bonds worth 400 million Georgian lari, meaning the government took on domestic debt. This is the largest GAL-denominated bond issuance in 2026 so far, and the ministry had previously conducted treasury bill and treasury bond auctions in the range of 75 million Georgian lari. Georgian government published a report on foreign trade for the first 4 months of 2026, according to which export increased by 21% overall, reaching $2.44 billion. According to the report, the re-export of passenger cars from Georgia sharply decreased by $217 million, or 29% to $537 million. However, exports of petroleum products increased by 922%. According to the Ministry of Economy, during January-April 2026, the total volume of cargo proceed at Georgia's seaports and terminals amounted to 5,949,000 tons, which is 21% higher than during the same period last year. The ministry also noted an increase in the number of containers received and shipped by Georgian ports. The profits of banks operating in Georgia increased to 1.17 billion Georgian lari in January-April 2026. According to the 4 months financial indicators submitted by banks to the National Bank, profit increased by 166.6 million Georgian lari year-on-year, or 16.7%. Out of 19 banks, 15 are profitable, while 4 are operating at loss. Irakli Gabriadze has been appointed as General Director of the Economic Development Corporation. Joint stock company Georgia Economic Development Corporation was established following the reorganization of the former Ministry of Economy, LEPL, produced in Georgia. Since 2020, Gabriadze has served as deputy to the head of the same agency. Levan Akhobadze, former deputy head of the State Security Service under Grigol Liluashvili, has been arrested on charges of accepting a bribe. He held the position from 2021 until April 2025. According to the Anti-Corruption Service of the State Security Service, Akhobadze accepted a cash bribe of 250,000 Georgian lari in April 2024 in connection with a case involving the transfer of 40 million rubles across Georgia's state border.
This is The Checkpoints. I'm Elena Kwanjilashvili, author and the host of the show, and the Checkpoints team is ready to sum up business and economics week for you. Amid ongoing tensions in the Middle East, international freight traffic through Georgia has increased. In April 2026, 43,509 international trucks used Georgia's road corridor, which is 2,535 more than in April 2025. Revenue from transit trucking reached 15.2 million lari in April alone, compared to 14.3 million in the same month last year, according to Treasury data. The growth in April also reflected on the broader quarterly performance. In January-April 2026, the state budget collected 53.9 million lari from road usage fees, marking a 0.9% year-on-year increase. Given that each transit truck pays 350 lari for road access, the data indicates that approximately 154,052 international trucks passed through Georgia during the first 4 months of the year. The Georgian Competition and Consumer Agency is in the process of developing a dedicated information portal covering the essential products included in the Household Basket program. Within the framework of the Prime Minister's initiative and on the basis of the conclusions of the Parliament's Temporary Commission on the Study of the Pricing Structure of Food Products, Medicines and Fuel, the agency has been mandated to provide consumers with consolidated real-time information on the best available offers and prices on essential products included in the Household Basket program across participating retail chain networks. This information will be presented in a single digital space in the format of an interactive electronic basket. Retail chains participating in the program will be under an obligation to submit to the agency on a weekly basis updated information on the best offers and prices applicable to the essential products included in the Household Basket program. The submitted data will be proactively published and regularly updated on the information portal, ensuring continuous transparency and accessibility for consumers. As GCCA Chairman Irakli Lekvinadze stated, the primary objective of the platform is to enhance consumer awareness and to ensure a more transparent and comparable presentation of market offerings. Chairman Lekvinadze further noted that the electronic platform is expected to contribute to the further strengthening of competitive dynamics within the FMCG sector. The GCCA has been conducting systematic monitoring of the FMCG market since 2023 with the aim to continuously assess the quality and intensity of competition. The FMCG sector was further examined by the Parliament's Temporary Commission on the Study of the Pricing Structure of Food Products, Medicines and Fuel, whose findings resulted in the preparation of a comprehensive set of recommendations covering short, medium and long-term measures aimed at fostering and strengthening competition across the sector. More on business this week comes from Natia Taktakishvili.
Sports complex chain Octopus Fitness Club is preparing to expand again with a new flagship location planned for Saburtalo. Managing partner Georgi Asatyani told BNDG that the opening is expected either at the end of 2026 or in early 2027. The new branch will be located in Biograv's mixed-use project Sakani and will become the largest Octopus facility in Tbilisi, featuring a 2,500 square meter fitness space equipped with 25 meter swimming pool and the latest training equipment. We expect to open the new branch either at the end of the year or in early 2027. It will be the biggest gym in Tbilisi among those currently, Asatiani said. The company is not yet disclosing the investment amount or membership rates planned for the new location. Currently, Octopus Fitness Club operates 6 branches, including one in Batumi. According to the company's official website, monthly membership prices, which allow for a 5-day pause, range from 195 lari to 655 lari, depending on the branch. Recently, the company also introduced its own sports supplement line, Octopus Nutrition, produced in Germany. The company is priced at the 145 lari on the official website. GT Group, one of Georgia's leading multi-brand companies, has become official dealer of BYD in Georgia early in 2026. Although the local electric vehicle market has grown rapidly, BYD models have so far been largely inaccessible to Georgian customers. With official warranty, certified service, qualified technical support and regional spare parts, starting next year, GT Group will introduce BYD's full authorized leadership standards, offering customers reliable after-sales service that meets both GT Group and BYD's global requirements. To mark this milestone, the company invited representatives of Georgian business, media and industry leaders to the annual BYD's e-Journey 2026 in China. Participants test drove BYD's models on professional race and off-road tracks. GT Group has operated in Georgia for 21 years, representing brands such as Castrol, New Holland, Iveco, Ford Trucks and Isuzu. Through GT Motors, it also serves as the official dealer for BMW, Mini, Jaguar, Land Rover, Ford and Suzuki in Georgia. Block Group CEO Tornike Janashvili says the entry of Planet Hollywood into Georgia market a unique case of Las Vegas brand expanding into Georgia. The comment was made during TV program Business Weekly, where he discussed the upcoming developments in Tbilisi. Planet Hollywood Resorts, international owner of Planet Hollywood Las Vegas Resort and Casino, will open its first project in the Caucasus at Saturn Park Towers in Tbilisi. The development is being carried out by Orbi Group and Block Group. Janashvili said a 40-year agreement has been signed under which Planet Hollywood will manage hotel units in the project's B block. Investors will be able to purchase branded hotel rooms, which he described as a rare opportunity on the Georgian market. We managed to assure them and signed a 40-year agreement with Planet Hollywood. Under this contract, Planet Hollywood will manage these hotel rooms. Investors can buy individual hotel units under the Planet Hollywood brand, he said. He added that apartments are offered at $150,000 USD with expected annual returns above 20%. The project is currently under construction with completion scheduled for 2027. Budget fuel chain Vigo, part of Vissel Group, is expanding its presence on Georgia's fuel market with 3 new stations in Kutaisi. The brand, which offers high-quality fuel at affordable prices, currently operates around 26 stations nationwide and plans to expand 50 locations by the end of 2026. Vigo is focused on small-format stations across Georgia's regions, offering 4 types of fuel: premium, regular, aerodiesel and diesel energy to both retail and corporate customers. Backed by Vissel's 26 years of industry experience, the chain is becoming a strong competition to non-branded and regional fuel stations through competitive pricing, modern branding and reliable services. Vissel's CEO Vasil Khoravas says Vigo's expansion aligns with the company's goal to reduce transportation costs for customers amid rising fuel price trend. With the launch of 3 new stations, Kutaisi residents now have expanded access to budget-friendly fuel, while the Emirati region as a whole now hosts 10 Vigo stations. The owner of Best Western Gudauri, Georgi Kvetsinashvili, says the biggest challenge at the resort is no longer occupancy, but tourists decreasing purchasing power. In an interview with BMDG, he noted that despite the Mountain Trails Agency closing the season early and failing to conduct marketing campaign in alternative markets, the hotel is currently operating at about 30% occupancy. Kvetsinashvili explains that even when rooms are filled, guests spend less on additional services. The problem is not selling the room, it's that guests are not spending in restaurants or on services. Each year purchasing power is declining, he said. According to him, Gudauri's core issue is the absence of the clear strategy. Kutinashvili notes that despite heavy snowfall lasting into May, authorities failed to take advantage of the extended ski conditions. We have snow in March, April and May. Why they don't promote Gudauri properly, he stated. Hotel prices have also dropped sharply since April, while 4-star hotels ranged from 140 USD to 108 USD in winter. Spring prices fell to 70 USD and 5-star hotels dropped to 100 USD. Whereas you can get a 4-star hotel with breakfast for 70 USD, Kutinashvili asked. It should be noted that closed the winter season on April 19, while Gudauri still maintains ski conditions in May. Lavender oil and aroma product producer Todos Lavander's operating since 2021 has grown into a multifunctional space and is continuing its expansion. According to founder Nino Sanikidze, the business has added several new directions in recent years, including a boutique store, cafe, remains and now full event planning and decoration services. Speaking on BMGTV's Women's Narrative, Sanikidze said the space is refreshed and developed every year with the goal of combining diverse experience in one location. While the lavender field remains the core attraction, the company is expanding both in products and services. The cafe will introduce new menu items this year, including lavender ice cream, while the boutique will further new collections from both local and international brands. At the same time, event division is growing rapidly. The venue now offers multiple zones suited for small and medium-sized gathering spaces for up to 30-50 guests, as well as an outdoor area suitable for larger events. One of the key new service is full event decoration and organization. Our goal was to make the magical atmosphere people see on social media more accessible. Collaboration with local entrepreneurs made this possible, Sanikidze noted. Although the event direction launched recently, the company says several events are already booked and demand is steadily increasing. Lasha Berikashvili, director of Travel to Georgia and head of Young Guides Association, is urging the government's economic team to take concrete steps to stimulate domestic tourism. Speaking on BMGTV's Sertili, he highlighted the pressure Georgia's tourist sector faces amid the Middle East conflict and stressed that internal tourism must serve as a strategic buffer against external shocks. He pointed to Turkey's successful model where locals receive highly discounted access to attractions during low season, keeping hotels, guides and restaurants active year-round. Berikashvili said Georgia could adopt symbolic pricing for citizens to boost domestic travel and support business during slower periods. Instead, he criticized Georgia's recent price increase at protected areas such as Martueli Canyon, Okatsev, Prometheus Cave and Sataplia, noting that higher fees discourage citizens from traveling within the country. This, he warned, contributes to more Georgians choosing cheaper holidays abroad. Berikashvili called on the government to follow long-term tourist flows management, urging that the affordable symbolic prices would encourage family travel, strengthen the private sector and benefit the broader national economy. Tourist destination station in Asurati is reviving its wedding service, once again offering couple full-scale event planning after several years of pause. Founder Rusudan Baratashvili told BMGTV's Women's Narrative that the venue has already hosted its first wedding since restarting the direction. According to her, station aims to provide a wedding experience that differs from traditional banquet halls by focusing on air celebrations. These are more cheerful weddings full of games and activities held outdoors. Our grounds are perfectly suited for this, Baratashvili explained. The venue now offers complete event organization, include decor, floral arrangement, music programs and various activities. Beyond weddings, station also provides full service package for corporate events and team building activities. The indoor area can host up to 200 guests, while the entire property can accommodate around 1,000 people, making it suitable for large-scale gatherings.
In the first 4 months of 2026, Georgia imported nearly 1.1 billion kilowatt hours of electricity, according to data from the Georgian state electric system. Of this, 748 million kilowatt hour came from Russia, with the majority destined for the occupied Abkhazia region. Unlike previous years, Georgia also required significant electricity imports from Turkey, purchasing 203 million kilowatt hour between January and April. January alone accounted for 119 million kilowatt hour. Azerbaijan supplied 118.5 million, traditionally one of Georgia's main import partners. Through this year, Turkey has overtaken it. Notably, Turkey is typically a major export destination for Georgian electricity, with Georgia really importing from it. Georgia also purchased a small amount, 63 million, from Armenia in January. According to Geostat, the country spent $37.6 million on electricity imports during this period, a 54% increase year over year. In the first quarter of 2026, Georgia's airports handled 1.6 million passengers, marking a 4% year-on-year increase, according to Geostat. Of the total, 0.8 million passengers departed, up 5.3%, and 0.8 million arrived, that is up by 3.3%. During the same period, Georgian airports recorded around 0.9 thousand cargo flights, a 6.2% increase compared to the previous year, indicating steady growth in air traffic activity. Overall, 191,000 passengers were transported by air cargo and charter services, up 58% annually, while 13,500 tons of cargo were moved, representing an 18% decline compared to the previous year. According to the National Bank of Georgia's latest inflation expectations survey, market participant short-term inflation expectations increased in April. More respondents now expect consumer prices to rise within the 6 to 8% range over the next year, while fewer anticipate price growth of 2 to 4% or 4 to 6%. In contrast, three-year inflation expectations declined. The share of participants expecting price growth in the 6 to 8% and 2 to 4% ranges decreased significantly, while more respondents now foresee inflation above 8% or within the 4 to 6% range over the medium term. Expectations regarding price increases for companies' own products and services weakened over the one-year horizon. Fewer respondents expect their prices to rise by 2 to 4%, while more now predict only a 0 to 2% increase. Expectations for wage growth also dropped, with fewer participants anticipating increases across all ranges and more expecting wages to remain unchanged. Survey respondents also reported an improvement in resource use efficiency within their companies compared to the previous month, indicating slightly stronger utilization of production capacity. In the first quarter of 2026, the unemployment rate in Georgia decreased by 0.3 percentage points compared to the corresponding period of the previous year and equaled 14.4%, according to the National Statistics Office of Georgia, Geostat. As of the document, in the first quarter of 2026, the labor force participation rate decreased by 1.4 percentage points compared to the corresponding period of the previous year and became 53.4%, while the employment rate decreased by 1 percentage points to 45.7%. The labor force participation rate decreased in urban settlements by 2.4 percentage points, while in rural settlements it increased by 0.1 percentage point compared to the corresponding period of the previous year. According to Geostat, in the first quarter, almost 1.6 million people were considered to be in the labor force, of which 1.3 were employed and 230,000 were unemployed. employed. In the first quarter of the current year compared to the corresponding period of the previous year, the share of employees in the total number of employees decreased by 1.3 percentage points and amounted to 67.5%. The unemployment rate is traditionally higher among men than among women. During the reporting period, this indicator increased by 0.5 percentage points for women and by 0.8 percentage points for men, and amounted to 12.1% and 16.2% respectively. In the first quarter compared to the corresponding period of the previous year, the employment rate among women decreased by 1.2 percentage points and among men by 0.8 percentage points. On to this week's economic news and outlook in our short overview.
Prime Minister Irakli Kobakhidze said Georgia has signed key energy agreements during his visit to Baku covering electricity imports, transit and cooperation on Baku-Tbilisi-Supsa oil pipeline. He said the electricity deal will regulate both import and transit, while the pipeline agreement focuses on restoring the operation of Baku-Tbilisi-Supsa road, which has been inactive for the past 3 years. According to Kobakhidze, the pipeline remains Georgian property but will be jointly operated with Azerbaijan to ensure its full functionality and generate revenue again. A very important agreement has been signed in the field of electricity covering both import and transit. Another significant agreement was also reached in relation to Baku-Tbilisi-Supsa pipeline. The pipeline has been inactive for the past 3 years, during which it generated no revenue for the country and remained out of operation, Kobakhidze said. He added that the deal is expected to bring Georgia tens of millions of USD annually after years of zero income from the suspended pipeline. National Bank of Georgia President Natia Turnava says high concentration in banking sector remains a long-standing issue, while the NBG is working to gradually strengthen competition. She highlighted the Basis Bank and Liberty Bank merger as a positive step that will create a stronger, middle-sized player able to expand lending and compete more effectively, even though it will still be similar than two dominant banks. Turnava also pointed to reform in the payment sector, including open banking rules and fintech incentives, which are increasing competition and reducing commissions. As of Q1 2026, the two largest banks accounted to 75% of total assets and 86% of profits, a dominance the NBG aims to reduce through long-term reforms. Georgia is easing driver's license rules, with Interior Minister Sulkhan Tamazashvili signing reforms that lower theory exam requirements and change practical test queue management. For B and B1 categories, candidates can now make up to 5 mistakes in the 30-question theory exam instead of 3, with 25 correct answers needed to pass from June 15. A new algorithm will prioritize first-time applicants, those with fewer attempts, and candidates who have waited longer than assigning city driving test slots. The reforms also raise the limit for minor errors in the practical exam from 12 to 15 and require examinators to give verbal warning and time to correct small pre-driving mistakes before marking them as a failure. Daily passenger rail service between Georgia and Azerbaijan will resume on May 26. The Georgian Ministry of Economy said the service suspended in 2020 due to the pandemic is being restored under a new agreement on strategic partnership and regional cooperation. Officials said the rail link is especially important as the land border has remained closed to passenger movement for 6 years, making the train a key alternative to air travel. The ministry said the restored connection will boost tourist trade and economic ties while also strengthening people-to-people contacts in the region. Georgia's Ministry of Education plans to purchase science laboratories and electrical engineering kits for public schools, according to the procurement tender announced by its subordinated company Educational Resources. The first tender, worth 11.79 million lari, covers 1,000 physical labs, kits and 1 1,000 chemistry and biology lab kits for schools across the country. The bidding process will run from June 17 to June 2020. A second tender valued at 1.91 million lari aims to procure 1,000 electrical engineering kits for public schools, with submission accepted between June 18 and June 23. Under both contracts, suppliers will be required to deliver the equipment within 6 months of signing the agreement, and all products must carry at least a 1-year warranty after acceptance. Georgia's Ministry of Health says the registration process for socially vulnerable families will be simplified starting July 1, allowing applications to be submitted online through an electronic system. The new platform will also be available in Armenian and Azerbaijan languages. At the same time, the deadline for assigning subsistence assistance will be reduced to 60 days, speeding up access to financial support. The changes are being implemented under the World Bank-supported Human Capital Program, which aims to strengthen Georgia's social protection system and improve access to public services. The program, launched in 2022 and running until 2028, is backed by $400 million USD from the World Bank and 100 million euro in co-financing from the French Development Agency.
Georgia's domestic exports reached a record level in the first 4 months of 2026, totaling $1.5 billion, 73.5% year-on-year increase. This is the highest figure recorded for this period in recent years, according to the preliminary data from the National Statistics Office of Georgia, Geostat. Overall exports grew by 21.1% to $2.44 billion, while the share of domestic exports rose to a historic high of 63.6%. This reflects a shift toward stronger performance of goods produced within the country. The main driver of growth was oil and petroleum product exports following the launch of domestic refining operations, which now account for around 1/5 of domestic exports. All top 10 export categories posted growth, except alcoholic spirits, which declined. China remains Georgia's largest export market, with strong demand for copper and precious metal ores. Overall, 69% of domestic exports are concentrated in the top 10 partner countries, highlighting both strong growth and high market concentration. And that's all for today. I will be leaving you off with a brief reminder where Georgia belongs. I will see you next Sunday, but before that, you know what to do. Stay tuned to BMG. It's worth it.
Dres Evropis trea. Am dres Zeimop Evropis Ertianobas, da Čvens Mravalcian Megobrobas, Sakartvelostan Kventan. Evropa. Aris Mraval Perovnebis Sivrce, Sadac Tito Euli Sachelmcipo, Aratu Inarčuneps, Aramet adzlierev stavis kulturas, identobas da tradicieps. Šven ertat uprod zlierebi vart, vidre cal calke, zmao, zmita hart zlieri. Sakartvelos momavali, tavat am kvechanas, da mis halchs. Tkven gekudvnit. Sin Sakartvelo sin.
I really enjoy rugby. I grew up in a household where my dad had played rugby. I had 2 brothers who played rugby. I'm accredited as the Irish ambassador who is resident in Ankara in Turkey, but I also have a number of secondary accreditations including Georgia. So it means that I get an opportunity to follow events and monitor things in Georgia, but I also get an opportunity to visit here, to try and understand the country and the people, and to get to know people. My name is Claire Brosnan. I'm the Ambassador of Ireland to Turkey and also covering Georgia. Since I became ambassador, I've had 3 visits to Georgia, so that means I'm trying to come about every 2 months. In addition to our love of sport in general and rugby, I think that we are both very committed to spending time with family and friends and enjoying ourselves and having that shared experience and supporting each other. And I think this is something that we seem to share as nations. When I was in schoolgirl, my favourite subject was history, and in understanding Ireland's history, I really appreciated the importance of having a voice on the international stage for the country. It's very important to Ireland being a member of the European Union. Ireland has been a huge beneficiary of EU membership, and it's something that we truly value in terms of the impact it has had on our economy, our political stability, and our understanding and confidence of our role in the world. And that's a big part of how we engage with Georgia and how we will engage with Georgia into the future. For my time as ambassador to Georgia, I'm really interested in continuing to nurture our relationships, our people-to-people links, our cultural ties, our sporting ties, and our understanding of each other, and ensuring that we can continue to build solid relationships into the future for both Ireland and Georgia. Ertad Sakart Philosophus.
Years of commitment to peace and stability in Georgia. Every day, AOMM patrols, facilitates dialogue, and engages with conflict-affected communities. This helps reduce tensions and prevent incidents. A steady European presence where it matters most.
It all starts with ideas. Ideas that change the way we live. Across Europe, creativity has always driven progress and brought people closer together. But the greatest invention Europe has created is the European Union. A union that builds connections, opens opportunities, and guarantees peace. When ideas come together, they become something greater, a shared future.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.